Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to continue practicing subtraction, and you will be able to subtract with whole numbers with borrowing. So we're going to focus in on just simply borrowing today, what it looks like, what it means. So let's get started. Just a reminder for today's exit ticket, I do want to see your actual work. So yes, you will answer it on Schoology, but I want you to email me a picture of your whiteboard, piece of paper, place value chart, wherever you're solving those problems, okay? So make sure you're doing that. So what I have here is just a simple problem that we're gonna go ahead and subtract. Notice that we're solving for the variable of y. So that's the variable we're solving for. The very first thing we do is we line up that place value. Now I want to show you using a different form because in class, we've been doing that standard algorithm to find the difference, but I want to bring it back a little bit and show you what it truly means. It means I have 3 in the hundreds place, so 300. I have 9 in the tens place and 5 in the ones place. That's my minimums, and that's just a buildup of that number. Now let's look at the subtrahend. The subtrahend, I have 7 tens and I have 6 ones. So now I can go ahead and subtract. So we always begin in the ones place, and when we look in that ones place, you'll see that I have 5 ones. And then I have 6 ones to take away. So can I take 6 from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I can't take 6 from there. So what I need to do is I need to add this 10 and I take it away. Let's make sure I'm taking it away. And I add it to my ones place. So 10 plus 5 is truly 15. So over in my ones place, I really have 15 ones. Now I can subtract. So 15 minus 6 would be, and if you don't know, we could always count them, right? We can count down. Or I like to count up personally, so 16 or 6 to 15, and I get 9. So I'll put my 9 down here so I don't forget. And now I can subtract my tens place. I see that I have more tens in my minimums than my subtrahend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8, and I'm going to take away 7, leaving me with a difference of 1. And then last, I have 3 hundreds, and I'm taking 0 away, which means I still have 3. So for my value of y equals 319. So I just wanted to just reiterate how to borrow and how we're taking from other place values. My friend Miss Wood always says that if you have to borrow money, right? We didn't have enough money in the ones place, so we had to go to the bank and borrow some money. So that way we could subtract. Okay, let's continue on. If you look here, oops, we have a problem for j. We're trying to solve the value of j. And someone already started it and they got a difference of 20,756. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause your video and to simply solve 35,000 minus 14,258. So if you could solve that for me, and then let's go over it. So pause your video. Now, hopefully when you solved this, you realized that your answer didn't match with their answer. When you were solving it, it was clear to see that there was something a little different going on. They did something, or maybe you did something, I don't know, but the answers are not the same. So let's go ahead and let's solve this. We have no Q. We have 35,000 minus 14,254. So when I start in my ones place, I have 0. Thinking back to our picture, if I have 0, can I take 4 away? No. So I would go over here to my tens place. But I can't borrow from a bank that has no money. So I have to go to the next bank or the next place value. Wait, this bank has no money. There's nothing there. I can't borrow from a bank with no money. So I would go to the next bank. Oh, this bank has money, so I can borrow. When I take my one away and I add it to that bank, so now I could borrow, I see now I can borrow from there. I can borrow from this bank because this bank has money. So let's go ahead and borrow one from this bank. Okay, now this bank has money, so I can borrow from them in order to actually subtract. So now I can subtract. 10 minus 4 gives me a difference of 6. 9 minus 5 gives me a difference of 4. 9 minus 2 gives me a difference of 7. And I can continue to subtract. 4 minus 4 gives me a difference of nothing. 3 minus 1 gives me a difference of 2. So let's see, for our value of J, we got 20,746. Let's go back and compare. I'm going to put our answer up here so we can see, are they the same? No. So I want to quickly, let's try to figure out what they did wrong because we're about 10 off. They had 50 and we had 40. So what did they do different? I see that they borrowed. Look, they went all the way to this bank to borrow. Oh, does anyone know the mistake they made? When they went to borrow, they borrowed from this bank. And when they gave the money to this bank, they didn't borrow from here to give to the ones place. So they forgot to borrow from the tens place. They gave the money to the bank, but then they didn't borrow from the bank. Okay, so that's why this answer in the tens place was incorrect. Awesome, nice job. It takes a good observation to be able to identify those things. So nice work, guys. All right, I want you to pause your video and go ahead and solve this problem. The variable you're solving for is E. So pause your video and go ahead. All right, so when you solved this, you lined up your place values, you started in your ones place, and you began subtracting. Ooh, when you got to your hundreds place, you noticed you can't have 0 and take 6 away. Sometimes people tell me, well, just switch the numbers, Mrs. Andrews. You can't change the problem. So we have to borrow. This is like Miss Wood says, we go to the bank, the larger bank, and we borrow from them. Now that we've borrowed, we can actually subtract. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 1 minus 8. Ooh, I can't have $1 and take 8 away, so I have to borrow. When I add that 10 plus 1 is 11. And now I can subtract. 11 minus 8 is 3. 5 minus 1 gives me a difference of 4. So for your value of E, you should have gotten 43,422. Now, all last week, we worked on being able to check our work. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do the inverse operation. I rewrote my problem here for you so you can erase your whiteboard and solve that inverse operation. So if you could pause your video and show me that inverse, that opposite operation. Please go ahead now. Awesome. Hopefully what you did was you took the opposite. So you took that difference and you went I like to go like this. You went the opposite way. So you added what we had originally as the difference to the subtrahend, and if you were correct, it would have matched our original minute. Let's see. Does this match? Thank you. Does this match our minions? And it does. Mrs. Z just brought me breakfast, guys. Can you just say thank you to Mrs. Z? Thank you, ma'am. So this is a great strategy. I know it takes another minute, but if you want to be right, let's take that extra minute and double check our work. And that's our value for E. Awesome job subtracting today, guys. I'm super proud of you. I was walking around yesterday and I noticed a lot of people have beautiful handwriting. And I think that's one of the reasons you're so successful. If you're taking your time, lining up your place value and showing your work, that's going to help. Today's exit ticket, I want you to make sure you show me your work. So, one, you need to answer the question. I say your whiteboard, but some of you I know use a place value chart, or maybe at home you're using just a piece of paper. But in order to get full credit, I need to see your actual work. So you're going to email me your work. Then you could put your correct answer on Schoology. So that value of A. Two things. Show me your work in an email and answer the question on Schoology. Your equation is down here. And my email is up here if you need it, if I'm not already in your Gmail. All right, guys, thanks for working hard. You're doing great with subtraction. Keep it up, okay? All right, have a good day.